Welcome to the news headlines on Friday, the 4th of April. The UN Food Agency is closing all of its bakeries in the Gaza Strip, officials said on Tuesday, as supplies dwindle after Israel sealed off the territory from all imports nearly a month ago. Israel, which later resumed its bombing campaign to pressure the Hamas militant group into accepting Israeli demands to the previously agreed ceasefire agreement, said enough food had entered Gaza during the 6-week truce to sustain the territory's roughly 2 million Palestinians for a long time. UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric said Israel's assertion was ridiculous, calling the food shortage very critical. The organization, he said, is at the tail end of our supplies and a lack of flour and cooking oil are forcing the bakeries to close, Dujarric said Tuesday. Markets largely emptied weeks ago. UN agencies say the supplies they built up during the truce are running out. Gaza is heavily reliant on international aid because the war has destroyed almost all of its food production capability. Mohammed Al-Kurd, a father of 12, said his children go to bed without dinner. We tell them to be patient and that we will bring flour in the morning, he said. We lie to them and to ourselves. For the second consecutive day, Israel's military warned residents of Gaza's southernmost city of Rafah to immediately evacuate, a sign that it could soon launch a major ground operation. At least 140,000 people were under orders to leave, according to the head of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. Meanwhile, Palestinians mourned Mohammed Salar Bardawal, a journalist with Hamas-affiliated Aqsa Radio who was killed along with his wife and 3 children by an Israeli strike early Tuesday at their home in southern Gaza. The Israeli military declined to comment. Israeli strikes have killed more than 170 journalists and media workers since the war began, the Committee to Protect Journalists has estimated. In a phone call on April 4th, the Vatican's Archbishop Paul Gallagher and Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov discussed the war in Ukraine and global politics. They reaffirmed the Pope's commitment to humanitarian efforts and willingness to assist in negotiating prisoner exchanges, and addressed religious concerns regarding the Catholic Church in Russia. Finally, we look forward to Sunday's Gospel in which Jesus rejects the death penalty, highlighting the Church's stance against violence. In the story of the woman caught in adultery, Jesus says only the sinless can cast judgment. The Church follows this teaching, advocating for the abolition of the death penalty to protect human dignity.